Okay, so because we're looking at retrieval practice today, I'm not going to model an example to you for this one because these retrieval questions are really quite easy because the answers are simply in the text, okay? So we'll do this one together and then you can have a go at doing one on your own and then I'll set you off on your questions based on our chapter pages. So you should have a copy of both the text and the questions in front of you. So just pause the video and have a read of the text. Okay, let's look at the question. So it says circle the correct option to complete the sentence below. So we know we've got to circle it, and it says the correct option. So we know there's only one because it doesn't have an S for plural, so we're looking for one answer. Now, if I think about highlighting the key skills in this one, my question here says Katana ran through the darkness of the. Now, because this is in bold, it's not necessarily in italics, it's in bold. This tells me this is going to be somewhere in the text. So it's either going to be the Silken City, White Desert, Danger Zone, or Tented Encampment. So I've got to work out where she ran through. So I'm looking for ran, I'm looking for darkness, and I'm going to see if I can find it in the text. So it's right there at the beginning. Katana ran through the darkness of the White Desert Night. Okay, now if I look down at the bottom here, my answers here said, yep, sure enough, White Desert. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, now I'm going to give you a slightly more difficult one. Okay, so I want you to have a read of this extract. Okay, and then I want you to see if you can have a go at highlighting the key parts, see if you can eliminate any answers, and see if you can work out what the correct answer is. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, so let's have a look at this. And so it says circle the correct option to complete the sentence. Now the text begins with the woodcutter. Now, this doesn't necessarily tell us this is an actual sentence because it's not written in bold and it's not written in italics where it's in that slightly slanted handwriting. So we've almost got to find the actual part of the text ourselves through the answer. Okay, so we're looking for something to do with the woodcutter. Now I'm actually going to work my way through the answers here first to see if anything trigger an idea before I actually read the text, because I know I'm not looking for a direct quote here. So the answer is going to be one of the direct quotes from here. So I need to work my way through them. So one of the keywords I could look for here is ambling. So that's the way you do something when you walk or you sort of trudge through something. So I could see if the word ambling appears in my text that I've got. And then here I've got returning homeward. I've got oak tree and I've got wonderment. So these are some keywords that I can see if I can look for in my work. Now, I don't remember anything about there being anything mentioning about him being at home. Okay. Now, I don't remember anything about him being dazed with wonderment either, but I do remember something being said about an oak tree. There, it says marked out an oak tree, a huge old oak tree for felling. Now, if I read the bit beginning, it says the woodman ambled through the forest and marked out a huge oak tree for felling. Now, if he's marked it out, that means it's not happened. Now, here it says he was felling the great tree. But actually, if I read the beginning bit of that sentence, it says the woodman ambled through the forest. Now, I know that word ambled, and I can see that word ambled has actually appeared, okay, in my answer down here. So I can see that that is the correct answer. It does mention about felling a great oak tree, but when it says felling, that means they're doing it already. Here it says he's marked it out for felling, so it's not been felled yet. It's not been cut down. Okay, so felling means to cut it down. That's not happened yet. He was just marking it out as one to fell at the end of the day. So here it says he ambled through the forest. Now here it says ambling, so obviously this is present progressive, but here it was past tense, but it's still the same keyword that we were looking for. So well done if you got that correct. So your task for today is to now have a go at doing your own questions. Okay, now I've included some different types of circlet questions, more to the point where I've got some missing gap ones as well. Now you should have 10 questions. Okay, I've only included just a copy of the 3 of them here. So sometimes it gives you the sentence, okay, in italics where you've got to find what the next word's going to be. You might have to complete the sentence with one of the missing words. One of them you might have to find 2 answers, okay, because there might be 2 answers to it. And some of them don't actually specify a sentence. It might just ask you a question and you have to circle the answer to that question. So there's some different styles for you to have a go at in those questions. Now your questions are going to be based on pages 72 to 75. Now for those of you that tell me that when it prints off funny, and it doesn't work and it doesn't come off, that's fine. All you need to do is go back to the last video, to the first part of this lesson, and just pause the video on the pages for the book Okay, the pages are always on the PowerPoint, so you don't have to print them at home if you don't need to. I know it's easy to do it if you're going to be circling the answers, but as long as you're circling it on your question sheet, which, to be honest, for a lot of you that have been sending in your work, I don't see anybody highlighting or circling the correct words or the words that you're looking for. Hence why a lot of you have got some of your answers wrong when you've looked at your reading. So it's important to make sure you use the skills I'm teaching you, highlight the keywords, try and work out those answers that you can get rid of before then finding it in the text, okay? But you can use the pages on the last video to help you, okay? So have a go at doing those questions. And then for tomorrow's lesson, it's going to be an independent task for you where you'll be looking at the rest of chapter 10 and you'll do a whole host of different questions based on all the skills, okay? So give that one a go and see how you get on, okay? Good luck, year 5.